David, you talk to all these people. Are they nervous?
They are. A lot of them are nervous, but actually, I have to say, a lot of them think they're going to lose their seats anyway at the elections. It's like there's a bit of there's a bit of gallows humour going on amongst MPs because the polling is so bad for the Conservatives. They're going to be down from 300 odd seats to about 100 at this rate if they're lucky. And it's
fair way to go though.
A lot of them are looking for careers beyond politics.
It's a fair way to go though. I mean, the chairman of the Conservative Democratic Organisation, this group post Boris, said members should have every right. I mean, you can't argue with this. Members should have every right to select and deselect their MPs. Conservative Party headquarters has too much power in the process now, but can't control everything. These MPs are now being held to account and being made accountable for a coup that has crashed the party at the polls. Those who turned on Boris Johnson are being punished. This deselection is hard evidence of that being real, unquote. So, David, it is democracy at work. Have other Tory MPs, as you just said, decided not to run because they wouldn't withstand this grassroots rebellion?
There have been one or two who have announced their retirement, and it seems to be linked to that. To be honest, there's a couple in the Midlands who aren't going to run again, and it's. But we'll see. I mean, some of the older ones I think are going to quit before the election. They haven't announced it yet, but they know what's coming. And
well, this Lord Cruddas, he's back with all the money. He's the chairman of the Conservative Democratic Organisation. David and I have talked about him on the program before. And Cruddas is the president. So these two, along with Claire Bulliphant, who's the chief executive, they're highly organised. David, weren't these ones behind the petition to change the party rules, which would have allowed the membership a chance to vote on whether to accept Boris Johnson's resignation?
Yes, they were. And actually, belatedly, we found out this week that petition worked and that the party is now looking at the change of the rules. They obviously delayed it so the summer election could take place and that Boris wouldn't be kept on. But they've now been forced to accept that there are enough signatures to look at a change of the rules. So they've already had some success. And there's no doubt that the CDO wants Boris back. And actually there's some logic to it because the Conservatives were very close in the polls when Boris was there. They're now 20 plus points behind, and Rishi's not not cutting it.
Well, I think that there'll be more revealed next week. What a fascinating environment. Hey, it's great stuff, and you're on top of it, David. It's always good to talk to you. I mean, this bloke is in the middle of everything. Very interesting stuff. David, we'll talk next week. There he is, David Maddox, who's the political editor of the Express Online. He writes splendidly too. You can read him, david@express.co.uk.